And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Banished Vault. And I'm going to hit end turn, and we're going to have 22 turns left to go. And oh, is this going to be, I think, tight. First, we got to resolve a hazard. 93% chance of success. And we have a success. So the iron has arrived. Early turn. 22 turns to go. So craft you, and we need the harvester for the water. So there's the water harvester. Then you have lots of actions. Everything should be here for the fuel producer. How many do I need for you to leave? 3 actually. So you're gonna start transiting. Okay. 1 orbit. 1 there. And then the minimum burn to there. So then these guys are going to be making fuel in the hopes to rendezvous with him when he's done down here. He might actually be stuck there for a bit because it's going to take a little while to make the fuel. Yeah, I think you're ready to look. Okay, we're gonna take the fact that we got lots of actions here just to save some fuel. This might not actually be saving any fuel, and I'm not spreadsheeting it to figure it out. Might have been just small enough of a burn that doesn't make a difference, but either way, we did it. Did what I think we could have done the most to lower the fuel requirements there. Okay, so we're still extracting the titanium. Okay. Unload the iron, we can unload the titanium, we can unload the animal skull. And you can begin heading down. I may want to take that ship all the way down here to pick up the elixir that we want to make up from down there. In the meantime, %66% chance. This is why we took this guy all the way up to 6. We hit a 6. The orbit should be... Well, the orbit is usually unremarkable. Yeah, unremarkable orbit, other than as a hallowed planet. 3 fuel to land. We can do that on the next turn. In the meantime, you guys need to be making fuel. Basically want this ship full of... CO2. CO2 is what we're missing. Begin that production. "20 turns remaining before the gloom catches up to us in the system." Okay, the planet is safe. Planet is hallowed, but it's only 1 knowledge crystal, so it's not worth trying to extract. A powerful light filled the sky. Gales of wind tore at the ground, the stars grew dim, and the sun fell weak. A final gust swept across the plain, and then silence. Okay. So load him back on the ship, get back to orbit, and then pass the hazard. Oop, we took ship damage. 1 damage. The ship can handle 1 damage. The worst we could have had happen is take damage both ways and get enough to take the ship. The ship had 5 condition. Damage both ways, we could have hit 5+, which would have destroyed the ship. We got through one way with no damage. We did not get through the other way with no damage, but that was acceptable. Okay, so they're not going to do anything because that takes more fuel than you've got. Right, so we need to get fuel to them before, or fuel to him before he can do anything more. Oh, I did it the wrong way around. I should have done you with the fuel, because I need this guy to get past the hazard safely. So we're not going to transit this turn. It's a little inefficient. Well, a little bit more than a little inefficient, but yeah. One field to land. One of you guys hop out. Make fuel to stock the fuel up. And then we'll have the other one just make some water, because we're not going to fly you out right now. I'm going to actually grab more fuel with you guys before you leave. And we're starting to work on the first batch of stasis. %, chance to get that past there safely. Yeah. Next turn, they'll be there to give him fuel, which is fine. Okay, that's all good. End turn. Oh, did we have artifacts here? Yeah, we do want to harvest that artifact. And then we want to check out what's over there. There we go. Got them both out of that gravity well, on to the next one. Do you want these guys to bring stuff down, or are we just trying to haul stuff up? I think we're just trying to haul stuff up. I think we only need 4 things of fuel, but we'll tag a little bit more in. Get you to orbit, swap to the more fuel-efficient engine. Anyway, we'll just pay the full stack of fuel to go there, 1 burn. Like, there's a lot of actions there. We can rapidly be making more fuel and or be preparing to make landfall to make the elixir. And then these guys are making stasis and or fuel. Finish making the stasis. At least that's finish making that stack of stasis first. $18 turns to go. Hazard rolls. Yeah, we got the good one for that roll. Make the roll, you should easily succeed at this one. Yeah, 5 up does it. A little close, we hit the minimum, that was the 4. There we go. Oh, you don't have enough thruster of land with that engine fuel comp. Okay. That should be enough fuel, so we take the iron and the titanium along. Should have enough to start processing stuff down on their planet. Nine down, 9 up. Okay. Not the best of results, but it'll work. So, we can bring down 2, bring up 2. Orbit's presumably fairly boring. Yeah, boring orbit, other than the fact that we can gather methane up there. Down on the planet, we have animal skulls for 10 knowledge. And methane's atmospheric. Okay, so we can put the methane anywhere we want. Elixir is silica methane. So silica, elixir, and methane. Okay, that should work. We should have everything we need to build that. And enough fuel for this ship to break orbit and get back to the refueling location. This one guy will sit here making fuel. These guys are sitting here making the stasis. First batch of stasis loaded. I think a little bit more fuel before we get the guy back to work. And then yeah. Got our 4 up on 3 dice, or on 4 dice. So we succeeded getting through. They arrive at the refueling spot. Could pick up more fuel, honestly. Could pick up more fuel. I think I want them to land on the planet, though. I'll have one of you make some fuel. This group is going to need more fuel to get there and back. But we can use the fuel-efficient engine to fly to there. Cost 3. Swap. And swap for the landing. Yeah. Okay. Now we've got more people on the planet, so we can really crank out the production here. As well as we can identify what we don't need to leave here, so we can take the iron back with us, for example. Don't need to leave the iron there. We can pick up titanium farther up the system. We don't more titanium farther up the system, so we're not going to bother with that. Okay, next thing is you need methane, you need silica. Extracted. Okay, and you're... Am I just gonna have you make methane, or make fuel right now? Sure. I suppose. You can't get down to help on the planet. So we'll have you up here making fuel. Got adequate fuel for everyone when the time comes. 15 turns to go. This is a system that is reasonable for running the gloom. So as long as we start leaving as the gloom arrives, we should be able to leave safely. First stack of elixir. I think we will try to leave... with 2 on each. I'll try to leave with 2 on each. And then you're still making fuel. Honestly, at this point, making more fuel than we probably need, but better to have it, and then we can be a little bit more aggressive at trying to get up to here than to not have it and be wondering how we're going to squeeze everything out in the last couple turns. Oh, it would also be nice to extract these artifacts. Those 2 locations. Oh, even here has an artifact that's probably worth extracting. Actually, I think 3 and the artifact are probably the best cargo for you. Getting close to wanting to leave here. Both turns to go. So trying to grab everything I'm trying to go for might be a little tight. We'll have to have someone stop here, for example, to pick up this one. Oh, it's 10 ones. 10 ones is less interesting. 10 ones is a lot less interesting. That was a me. I think I read it correctly the first time, which is why I hadn't harvested it yet. Whereas the ones farther down the system are more worth it. So that's a 20. And that's a 10. Yeah, those ones are definitely worth it. The 1 is more questionable. So you're definitely going to pick up 2. You're probably going to pick up a little over 2. Well, let's say you're going to pick up 2 as well. Okay, so you honestly are almost done. We're going to have you make 1 water, 2 fuel. And then we're going to start having you leave, because I don't have expectations of needing more fuel than that. Fuel, bit aggressive, but we're going to where we can make fuel, so we can spend it and make it where we get there. Okay. We're not ready to leave yet, but we're basically there. I want to make one more elixir before we break orbit. Or before we break orbit and move to the asteroid. Yeah. So it's not going to be very efficient next turn because we're going to have a bunch of unused actions, but... That's because we're trying to really optimize the cargo hold here, which... maybe it isn't worth doing, but it's what we're doing. Is what we're doing. I'm gonna get stasis made and we're gonna start making more fuel. Orbit. Engine swap. Refueling location. Orbit. We'll stop there. I'll pick up that titanium. I don't think the engine we can just build the engine. It's not worth hauling the engine up to the refueling spot. Yeah, I think we leave that 9 fuel behind. I probably overproduced fuel is what's going on. We can get iron higher in the system, we should make it higher in the system if we want more. We've dragged this iron down here, no need to pull it back up. If anything, there's more interest in maybe leaving the iron behind and picking up more titanium, but no, I think we've got enough. We rolled to clear the hazard. We successfully clear the hazard. Okay. 5 fuel. Oh, that's also going straight into the fueling location. Okay, that's really good. We roll to clear the hazard, although it's really likely we're going to clear this hazard. There we go. Okay. Get one more action here before we leave. It probably makes sense to have that be generates water, and then have it head off. And then you can spend your actions turning that water into fuel, because we're going to need more fuel. He doesn't need the fuel, but we're going to need more fuel. Nine turns to go. So we're running low on time. But that's fine for the moment. Swap engines for the descent. Okay. You're pretty good to go. So go. Could have technically saved an action. Actually, that's what I wasted one action. Not the end of the world wasting one action, I think. Whenever these guys explore the local system, there may be artifacts at either of those locations. Yeah, it won't be super fuel efficient, but got the fuel to burn. Anything interesting in orbit? No. Anything interesting on the planet? 2 10 knowledge skulls. We would like to go to that planet. Extract those. Here. Anything interesting? Nothing interesting there. Or in orbit. Although we now know where the interesting stuff is, it's going to take 2 actions. It's going to take up 2 cargo holds. We can work with that knowledge. I've got 8 turns. Here we go. So they'll go pick up the 2 artifacts and bring it back. And they've got time. So it's 2 out, 3 to mine, 2 to return. They even have some time to stop and get some fuel in the middle. Which is arguably really what I should do with these guys instead of doing the full burn pack. Stop, go get fuel. Okay. You have arrived with the knowledge. 21 knowledge delivered. I still have time to go and come with fuel. I also have time if I wanted to go and come with iron. Or titanium. Actually, did we set up a titanium mine? No, we had space for it. No, we did actually set up titanium, so I could go and get titanium. Although we wouldn't, you wouldn't be able to extract very much. We're gonna have 2... Alright, well actually, we wouldn't have titanium. 1 or titanium you'd be able to return. Actually, no, 8 titanium. So almost a full stack of titanium. Although we've almost got a full stack of titanium over. You got a stack and a half. Another stack of iron. Yeah, we don't need... It would be iron. I'd be going out for iron. Do you want to send him out for iron? I think we will send him out for iron. 2 fuel. Grab iron, come back with as much as you can grab that time. Okay. Okay, do I make a fuel run? If we make a fuel run, you'll be on the fuel refinery for a full turn. And then we're leaving. Although that is enough to make... For 2 people, that would be basically 1 water, 1 fuel action. So that's 6 fuel. How much does it cost to get down there and back? Actually, it'd probably be about 2, because we'd also get the half turn for arrival. So we're actually expecting to get 12. So it's going to cost us 6 fuel to get 12 fuel. That's probably worth it. Let's do that. That's assuming we haven't so much produced fuel with these guys that we're just having other guys beg it to pick it up, which might also be the case. We might literally have that much fuel sitting around that we're just having people... Oops, I wanted fuel. Sort of begging them to come pick it up. Otherwise we're leaving it behind to be wasted. Okay, so we leave now. There isn't enough time to get back. Well, there is enough time because it's going to take a while for the system to be eating them. But I tend to, the moment the gloom starts eating the system, if we can get everyone back to base, I tend to leave early. I could push it longer, but I don't push it longer. That's how I end up with the mistakes if I push it longer. Yeah, we're just, so you're full. You're full. It's too late to go and come back because it's, well, technically it isn't because the gloom is going to take 1, 2, 3 turns. So we got three turns of slop. Takes 2 turns to go, 2 turns to return, so it takes 4 turns. We've only got 4 turns left. We have a little bit of space in there, but not much. So really we're just coming to have these guys pick up fuel. fill them up. Which is 3 inventory slots of fuel. Okay, I think we've done all we need to. It's time for these guys to leave. You would just burn there on the heavy engine. It's not very fuel efficient. I can wait a turn and we can go to orbit instead. And then it would be 7 on the more fuel efficient one, which would be 2. That'd be 3. That'd be a big enough savings over 5. I think it's worth filling a turn. This means we have this guy make a fuel. And then we have you. It's not gonna... Doing a 2-step burn is not gonna save you any fuel because it's gonna cost 1 fuel minimum step. So... Although the exception is, do I want to go... Good stop to get you more iron. Good stop to get you more iron. Okay. In which case you'd want to burn there, which is 3. But leaving now is how we'd want to do that. Okay, so let's get you going. 3 turns to go. Okay, so you want 2 steps to leave the system, although I think this ship is full, right? So we're just... Yeah, I don't need to min-max. We don't have... We don't have the cargo space to take anymore. So we're taking what we're taking. Taking what we're taking, and we're just going to roll with it. Might be worth having you stop to get more iron mined. Yeah, we'll take that deviation. Okay, that saved 1 fuel. Not a big difference. Small, or big engine to orbit. Swap engines. No. Do you want to break orbit this turn or next turn? We'll go next turn. 10 more knowledge. And we actually filled the vault. The vault is full. The vault is full. Might want another fuel-efficient engine, so let's craft that. Insufficient space. Oh, because it shows up here. Go fabricate that. You want... Probably do want one of those engines. Temporarily load a third stack of fuel on you. Make one of those engines. You know, we'll make one of the really small scout ships as well. And we're going to end the turn. The rest of our guys are going to arrive. When it started, we'd lost half of our population overnight. Since then, our losses have conformed to an appearing progression. Over the course of several lived years, we have transmitted our initial findings, but any further study would be suicide. We have run out of time. Every turn after this one, the solar system will slowly be consumed. Return all your ship and exiles to the vault and begin hibernation. Yes, it is time that we at least unload. Okay, so everyone is here. All 5 of our ships are here. Maybe have some issues with cargo space. Also a little concerned about the amount of fuel. It may have acquired a bit too many things that are not fuel, and maybe not enough fuel. Too much stuff that's not fuel. So let's distribute the iron across a couple of our ships. So we got 2 with 9, or I think everyone is either full or has 2 stacks of fuel. Except for... Okay, put this up on you. There we go. Yeah, cargo's a bit full. Fuel's good. I was worrying about fuel because we got no fuel in the vault. That just means we need to come back loaded with the fuel. Right. We need to make sure there's fuel in the ships for when we leave. Going forward. Got plenty of iron, got plenty of titanium, got enough alloy to rush Scriptorums if we can. We may want to make more alloy. We're probably going to reach the point where we're going to start spending elixir. Because we're going to have people hit 0 faith on the next one. So we're going to start trying to you're going to have to start spending elixir more aggressively, which is going to reduce the space taken up by that, at least. But yeah, I think for now, it is time once again to begin hibernation. Again, once more into the dim starlight. Our chase has endured for such a time that the void is more comfortable than gravity. Our faith wavers. We have enough stasis to hibernate our exiles, or our exiles are present in the vault. So we leave the system. And yeah, one of our people has hit 0 faith, so they'll probably want to get some faith back on the next location. Confirm hibernation. Hidden ability to purchase, Gain 1 additional ability to purchase. Okay. When navigating, reveal hazards on adjacent locations. Artifact value is increased by 5 when submitting to the vault. Resource extractor reveals all resources at depth 2. For the number 2. Daridi engine. Engine with 4 thrust and 100% efficiency. So this is our big engine, but more efficient. Would be interesting to build. Ibis ship. Really big cargo hold. You wouldn't have an engine thrust efficient enough to land this on anything that has a thrust requirement for landing. A really big cargo hold. This is tempting. These are all tempting. I could pick all these up, but then I wouldn't be able to pick this up. If I pick this up, I'd have to pick between one of these two. This one I also have to assign to someone. I think I'll just go with the blueprints, because then I don't have to make sure that we have a specific person submitting artifacts. Yeah, I think that's the logic I'm going to go with here. That might not be super... Like, this turns, like, the 1 values into 6. That's actually quite useful. But then we need to make sure that one person's responsible for all the deliveries. And I don't want to... It would take nine deliveries for that to pay itself back. Not going to gamble on that paying off. Take those. Feavwet. Hibernation is slow and usually painful. Stasis keeps the body alive, but does not alleviate the pain. It is a blessing that we can sleep through the process. Okay, so this is the system for next time. We do have a hallowed planet. Interestingly, the hallowed planet here is not at the bottom of the gravity well. That will make it easier to get into and out of. It's not even that deep in. That won't actually be too hard to do. It is a 2 thrust to land and take off. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty doable. There are some hazards in here that are somewhat scary. Ice spin, so we probably won't land on that one. That one might be landable. That's also coming down to the bottom of the system. Which we're probably only going to do for exploration for science reasons. Yeah, I think for the next time, this might actually be a fairly easy one to get a chronicle on. You gotta get past a 2 hazard. Granted, it's a... If you fail that, you're taking damage. So we have to be careful with what ship we send there. But yeah, that should be easy enough to do. That should really be easy enough to do. We need the bigger engine. Well, this guy actually has 4 thrust right now. That's probably way more than we need, hopefully. He can get in and out of some tight spaces with that. Probably change which engine's attached to that. Yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. So yeah, that would be something we get in there. 6 fuel down, 6 fuel up. We stuck the aluminum and the alloy and the elixir in there. That'll be an easy pickup. There and down, we don't even really need to do very much. Okay, so then this means the system is basically collect stasis, collect elixir, collect fuel. Be happy. Okay, so the first rung up here has no fuel potential, no water. Could come in here for water, that wouldn't be too bad. Water potentially on the target. Water there, water there. Yeah, I don't think the system's going to be too hard. We're not going to do this system tonight. This is where I think we're going to put the part break in. We're halfway through this run of the Banished Vault. We got 2 of the 4 Chronicles. With how easy this one is, if we get another easy system like this, the next stream may be a bit of a short stream. Yeah, the next stream may be a bit of a short stream. We'll see. Because yeah, probably be mostly this system, and then if the next system has a appropriate hallowed planet, the next system will be done real fast. But yeah, so the big challenge I was sort of setting for myself here is, could we keep all 8 people around, sort of otherwise with the default settings? I did do one thing, which was I nerfed the starting resources, and we fixed, obviously 8 people, if you can keep them working, we'll very rapidly fix minimal resources. That's why we set minimal resources. And I did high fuel, because being low on fuel leaves you very vulnerable to RNG. There were definitely some circumstances where RNG was making us work for that fuel still, even in this run. Well, for additional fuel. That's why I like the high starting fuel. But yeah, this is where we're going to put the part break in, and bring this stream to a close. If you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be another part up tomorrow. Everything goes according to plan. And the part after that may even be the last part. Although occasionally it's not uncommon that you get systems without a hallowed planet. So I wouldn't be surprised if we RNG'd into one that didn't have a hallowed planet. That's one reason we probably want to pick up some stasis, just in case. Well, because that's another thing that can happen. If you don't have a system with no hallowed planets, you might have a system that is really fiddly to try to make stasis in as well. So yeah, watching on YouTube, maybe part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, let me go over the schedule for the next couple days. So today was Darkest Dungeon. We finished that up and swapped over to the Banished Vault. Apparently I'm going to have to figure out something else to do after the Banished Vault, because I think we'll probably finish the Banished Vault tomorrow, or the next time as well. Friday will be Songs of Six. Saturday will be Terra Invicta. I think we will do Banished Vault on Sunday and probably finish it up. And then I will plan something to replace the Banished Vault. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the upcoming 3 days. Song of Six tomorrow. Saturday is Terra Invicta. Sunday we'll be back here to the Banished Vault. And I will replace the Banished Vault with something. Maybe Shadow Empire. I haven't played with the new DLC, so picking up the new DLC and playing with that would be interesting. If you're watching on Twitch and you want to comment responded to before we bring the stream down, and now is the time to leave it. I will try to respond to any comments that I haven't seen yet after I refresh the chat after ending the YouTube recording. If you're watching on the Twitch VOD later or on YouTube and you want to comment and responded to, feel free to hop over to YouTube and leave a comment over there. Do try to respond to all the comments. Just a reminder, this was streamed live to Twitch and the username Wilcol. And I am uploading the local recording in 1080p and 60 frames per second to YouTube, and the username Wilcol100. So if you're watching this later, first of all, the future parts will get uploaded to YouTube. And if you are looking for other things that I have streamed, Twitch only keeps the content up as a VOD for 14 days at the moment. So if you've missed earlier parts in any runs, obviously at this point you haven't, because it's only you can rewind if you're still watching this on Twitch. But if you want to see anything that's older than 14 days, feel free to hop to the YouTube channel. It should be uploaded by then to YouTube and available for public viewing. So with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time until the next part and or stream, and bye for now.